pretty. I don't know if you can see all that. It's nice. Okay, hey, it's a good opportunity. Let me see where this thing's facing. Okay, hey, it's a good opportunity to talk about kind of rules of the road when you commute. I'm a little out of breath. I tried to do a Strava segment back there. I haven't caught my breath yet. Give me a second. Okay. So I just tried to do a Strava KOM segment back there, which made me a little bit out of breath. But I thought it may give me an opportunity to talk a little bit about some of the things that you may or may not know about kind of cycling, road biking, not just road biking, but just biking, commuting stuff. One of them is data tracking apps you can get for phone, but you can also get them specifically with like your head units. So this is a Garmin. I have a Garmin watch. Because I have some really good friends, and then I use a Garmin tail light that's also a radar. Another video I'll talk about it. It's pretty awesome. Gives me a display of cars coming behind me, which is oftentimes probably what the beeps you hear. Anyway, you can program or set these things up with a profile, like any social media thing. It's a downhill, but I'm going to keep talking. I won't go so fast. Set them up with a profile, and they'll track your data as far as your GPS. It'll track out your route, tell you what you averaged, speed, if you have a heart rate monitor, heart rate, things like that. Okay, don't put your foot down. Here we go. And just whatever data points you want, really, when it comes to cycling, they can track it. You can get really data geeky. I like to just keep track of my miles and the elevation gain throughout the year, kind of compare it to year, but I also like the what they call the Strava, for Strava anyway, what they call KOMs, which are King of the Mountain segments. It's basically who's fastest on a particular segment. I don't know if this is picking up any of my audio. I'm not going as fast hopefully it's picking up some. I'm second on this segment. Not today, but overall, because I really like downhills. But yeah, whoever has that app, then it kind of tracks and compares. Probably screaming at the top of my lungs, probably weird. Yeah, and it'll keep track of you and compare you to other people that ride the same segments. So yeah, so along here that goes from kind of the beginning of that uphill segment to this stoplight that's up here. So obviously sometimes there's stoplights and things that get in the way, which slows you down. Anyway, I'm rambling. It's a good way to track your commute. You can kind of get a pretty good idea after doing it a few times what on average, how fast it'll take you, you know, given if you stop at stoplights and traffic. So for me, I'll take this exact same route on the way home, just backwards. Most of the time, this is the way I go. And it'll take me anywhere from, on average, probably 4 minutes longer to go home than to work. And there's lots of different factors that play into that. Oh, it's a steep little bit right there. Sunrise. One of the factors is that my job is located down near the river, and so even though I have some hills, some little ridges I go over, it's mainly downhill to the river. I mean, overall, I'm sitting at 1,000 feet at home, and then I get to work and I'm at 650 or 700 feet. So you get it, you get the picture. So coming home, I got those same ridges to go over, plus I'm going uphill 300 to 400 feet more. So it's going to be slower. I obviously can't go uphill as fast as you go down. So yeah, so that's one reason. Then the traffic. I mean, obviously this morning I'm a little bit earlier than normal, but it's usually not bad as far as traffic goes. And there are lots of stop signs and red lights. I'm going to address that here in a second, that I can get through quicker in the morning. But yeah, so it's a little quicker to get there in the morning. But back to what I was talking about. These applications, these apps, Strava, I don't know, there's a bunch of them. Find one that works for you, download it. You can download it on your phone, track it if you like that kind of thing. I like it because I can just keep track of what I'm doing, and also it's a little bit of accountability. You know, a few people I follow, a few people follow me, and they'll comment or like. You know, it's social media stuff, but at least I know, hey, there's some people out there that know I didn't ride today, or that I have been riding, or whatever may be the case. So another unspoken rule about riding, which the first thing wasn't really an unspoken rule, I'm not really sure why I said another, but I'll just say an unspoken rule about cycling, commuting specifically, especially early in the morning. Wow, I am still out of breath from that KOM attempt. Really took me out. I'll see how I did when I get back to work. is stop signs and red lights and such. So most states for cyclists allow you to use stoplights as yield signs and stop lights, did I say it right? Stop signs as yield signs and stop lights as stop signs. Check your local government to see to see what your rules say. This is one of those ridges, goes up to about 14%. But it basically means that there's no one coming and there's a stop sign, I can look both directions and treat it more like a yield sign and roll through, which is awesome. So it saves a lot of time not having to stop all the time. And then stop lights, because they're triggered by either a big car sitting there or being seen by the camera, you can treat those as stop signs. So you can stop and know it's coming, carefully proceed through the intersection. It's hard to talk up that thing. So there's a little bit of explanation on that. And I also have the luxury of having a way wider view than the camera allows, so I can see what's coming, or more importantly what's not coming. So don't fret, I have a wonderful family and my intention is to get home to them safely every day. So I have stories that I won't share about me being stupid enough times to know that it's not worth it. So yield, no one's coming, and I can roll through. So I mean, sometimes people ask me, you know, how do people treat you on the road? Are people idiots out there? Yeah, everybody's an idiot, including me sometimes. And I got to do some adjustment. So yeah, you know, I've yelled at my fair share of people, and that's not a good thing. You know, remember that they're in a big car that weighs a couple tons, and you're on a bicycle that, if it's a killer bike, it weighs less than 20 pounds. But altogether, so yield, no one coming, altogether weighs a lot less than a car. So, you know, just if you're okay, I tell myself this all the time, if I'm okay, just let them go. It's not going to do any good yelling at them, screaming at them, telling them you're number one, or they're number one, or whatever. Just let it go. Actually, I am going to stop talking for this downhill because it's fast. Morning. I think I scared that guy. He thought I was going to blow through that intersection, take him out. I don't know if you can see him, this guy on a bicycle. Yeah, so just be smart, use Strava, know your rules of the road, I generally don't ride where I'm riding now, which is taking the whole lane, but I know there's nobody behind me, so I am. I normally ride right off the curb, about 3 feet. I have a lot of friends, and some may comment that tell me, you're an idiot, take the road, you're allowed to take the road. And I know I'm allowed to take the road, but many times drivers don't know that. And man, I really don't want an angry driver. Oh, I gotta stop and get a picture of this. This is beautiful. The city looks really good this morning. I don't know if you can see it. There's so much glass in this bike lane. I have to be careful where I'm pulling over. It kind of sucks, honestly. Here, I don't know if you can see that or not. Stood right in front of that pole. I think I'll still get to work in plenty of time. Whoop. Yeah, it's pretty. I can't get a good picture of it, but it's because there's a big fence here. Oh, now there's a car behind me, and there's glass in the lane. Okay, there we go. I don't remember what I was talking about, but yeah, be kind to drivers. Don't mess with them. Sometimes it's good to stop to take pictures like that. I don't do it enough. There's some really cool stuff I see every day, and most of the times it's just stuck in my brain because I don't stop to take a picture of it. Alright, so you probably heard that little beep. I'll talk about my radar. It's pretty cool. The beep told me there was a car coming up behind me, and I can look down and actually see it on this Garmin head unit, which is pretty killer. Man, it's a lot of junk in this bike lane. Wow. Maybe doing a lesson on changing a flat tire before the day's over. Oh yeah, the other day after my video I made, first one, I did get a flat. I should have videoed it, but I didn't have my camera with me. But like I said, not a matter of if, but when you'll get a flat. So, yeah. This Garmin will, it's actually the tail light that there's beep. I can look behind me, I can see the car coming behind me. But it picks up, I don't know, somehow it picks up movement. It doesn't work with other bicycles, I've noticed, because bicyclists have snuck up behind me before and I didn't know it. But works great with cars. They beep, and it shows you where it's at, kind of in relationship to me being up at the top. There's a little dot up at the top, and it'll show you where it's coming. It changes colors, and I tell everybody what the colors mean. I don't really know, because I'm not real good with reading directions, but I think from just the experience of using it, it'll turn orange when there's a car coming, so that's pretty frequent, and it turns red when I think the car's coming like really fast or like really close behind you instead of over to the side or something like that. So I don't know, if it's red, I just move over a little bit more. Oh, but I was talking about taking the lane. Yeah, I like to ride to the side, give motorists plenty of room, just like that, to get by. That doesn't make me nervous at all. I know they have plenty of space to get by me. I know that my light is bright and blinking. I can see them on my radar, so I know where they're at. And then I just move over a little bit because I have plenty of space, so I give them plenty of space. They're happy, I'm happy, everyone's happy. I mean, they may not be happy, but at least I'm not in their way making them mad. So yeah, I can just try to keep that as simple as possible. Hey there, buddy. And always be ready for that kind of stuff, because it happens all the time. And like I said, I could yell at him, but that wouldn't do any good, because I don't think he was meaning to do that. And also, then it just makes him mad, and may try to take it out on me later. So instead, he'll just go around me, and it's totally fine. I didn't make this light. Bummer. Okay. But here's where I move over, give the people that are turning right a chance to turn right. I'm going to be going forward, so I'll move over here. Oh man, I should totally go. Oh good, it's going to turn. Alright, so that's my personal thing, is just be safe. I want to be safe. I want to get home every night. So some people tell you riding over the edge, you're less visible. I agree, but I mean, I don't know. I'd rather be less visible and out of the way than smack dab in the middle and have a lot of Kansas Cityans wanting to pull me over, drive me over, run me over, whatever I'm trying to say. I mean, it's really pretty this morning. I don't know if you can see all that or not. So there's I don't know what I call this one, kind of random thoughts, I guess. Anywhere from where I ride to about my Garmin. Oh, and I said it in the first one. You don't have to have a fancy head unit. That's what this is, or a fancy watch, or any of that kind of stuff. But I definitely would recommend having a blinky light. No, I don't even recommend it. I just say it's a must. You gotta have a blinky. There's a few things you have to have: a blinky light and a helmet. Helmet. We'll get to that later. I know, they're dumb looking, makes you feel stupid, whatever. Nope, it's a must. It's a must, unless you're like riding to work a block on a real safe bicycle path or something. But no, I'm out on the roads, and most times you're going to be out on the roads, and your head is. That's very important understatement of the year. Your head is very important. You gotta protect it. But back to blinky light. Blinky light doesn't have to be a radar system, but at least tells people that you're there. So this morning I used my headlight because I left earlier than normal. It's pretty dark. During the winter time, I will charge the crap out of this headlight because I use it morning and night, because it's just dark. There you go, there's downtown, pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it. Alright, I guess I made it to work. I'm hoping I can even get in. I don't really come this early usually, but did today, so. Okay, see ya. Bye.